Hi, and welcome to Roll for Dish, Episode 3, the show inspired by adventures in Ardea and the iconic roll for sandwich. Here we make a dish determined by the wiles of our dice. Join in our adventure. For our inspiration roll, we get a 2, Anthony Bourdain, or as we call him around here, Uncle Tony. For our format, we get a 9, we'll be making a soup. The technique is a 3, chiffonade. And for wild magic, we get 19, phone a friend. Our D20 sauce roll gives us an 11, mustard. Before we get too far into conceptualizing our dish, we need to deal with this phone a friend wild magic roll. We give our dear friend, who we've shared many unforgettable dinners with, Justin Barney, a call and tell him only that he has to pick a wild ingredient for us without any other context of our roll. Here's Justin.
Your wild magic ingredient is Chinese 5-spice. Good luck.
Thanks, Justin. Now, prior to this roll, we debated maybe going in a French direction, given the start of Bourdain's career, but we also knew well his love of Vietnam. Once the 5-spice was chosen, we considered the floral nature of pho stock and decided to go with that. In a perfect world, we would have made Bourdain's favorite, Bun Boi Hue, but we didn't think we could do it justice, particularly with the amount of time we had this week. So we're going to make pho with the Chinese 5-spice mustard sauce. Tony wouldn't want us just Googling recipes, so we got ourselves out of the house and into a Vietnamese restaurant. We got pho, of course, and bun tuet nuong, an unbelievably delicious grilled pork dish atop vermicelli noodles. Now let's meditate on this beef broth with cardamom pods, sourness, and ginger here for a minute to touch on our inspiration, Anthony Bourdain. Bourdain passed in 2018, but his legacy is extremely inspirational to us and part of why we live where we live and why we cook and eat like we do. And all that's left for us to figure out is the travel part. His portrait hangs in our kitchen where he oversees most of our culinary pursuits. Thanks, Tony. Our combination wildcard sauce roll here, Tommy mixes a very spicy Coleman's mustard with Chinese 5-spice, and we tasted a few times to make sure that the flavor will come through, and in the end, it's extremely vibrant, to say the least, and I believe it's going to help me clear out this first bug of the season I've got going today. We prep our beef and the toppings for our pho, like jalapeno, basil, hoisin, and fish sauce. Tommy chiffonades the basil per our technique roll. The rice noodles, which were a bit thicker than we thought when we ordered them, go in for about 6 minutes, and we add our beef to the broth for just a moment to start the cooking, and then we compose our bowls. The mustard 5-spice sauce goes right into the broth to let that flavor permeate the dish, and we taste. It's a very beef-forward bowl of pho. It tastes good, and that mustard is really something. At first, it definitely works, but over time, it's more dominant and less complimentary than something like sriracha would have been. If we had to do this all again with the same build-out, we'd go with a more vinegary mustard and go way, way heavier on the aromatics so as to not drown out the true essence of the pho broth. All in all, though, it's not like this wasn't a tasty bowl. I give this a 7 out of 10, and Tommy gives it a 6.8 out of 10, so it gets a 6.9 out of 10. In the Vietnam episode of Parts Unknown, Bourdain says, all you ever really need is a bowl of something delicious. So that's our name. Little one's name is Mustard King. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and follow. Be kind, and we'll see you soon for the next Roll for Dish.